For whatever reason, you haven't figured out how to make another account, and if you are looking to make another account, that means you love the game. Great, welcome to the Clash community. If you haven't figured out how to make a new account, then you've ended up at the right place. I'm going to get you all set up here. Now, this is an updated version of a recent video I did on the same topic, and I want to give credit where it's due to Patrick Weiss, who pointed out the solution to a problem that a lot of my viewers were running into. Without him, it would have taken me longer to find the solution, so thank you to Patrick Weiss. So before you begin, I want you to go ahead and have an email account open and ready to use for your Supercell IDs. You need one email for every Supercell ID. So if you have an account that you need to connect, you're going to need one email for that. And then if you're going to make a new account, you're going to need another email for that one. And going forward, you'll need another email every time you make another account. So before we begin, make sure you have those two email addresses open and ready to use. So what we're going to be doing here first is I'm going to walk you through how to connect your current account to a Supercell ID. After that, we're going to log out of that account and then start playing without a Supercell ID so that you can start a brand new game. Once you have finished the tutorial, and only after you have finished the tutorial, you are going to connect the new account to a Supercell ID, and then I'll show you how to switch between accounts. Now, the first thing we need to do is get the account you're currently playing on connected to a Supercell ID, because the last thing I want you to do is to move on to creating a new account and then lose all the progress you've made on your current account. Now, the first thing I want you to do is look at the bottom right corner of your screen. You will see a shop button, and then on top of that you'll see a button with 3 gears on it. That's the settings button, okay? You're going to be hitting that, which is going to take you to, well, your settings. So now you're going to see this, and you're going to see this button up here that says disconnected. Now it says disconnected because this account is not connected to a Supercell ID. If it says connected, then rest assured you already have your account connected to a Supercell ID and you don't have to do this step. And for those of you who do have it say disconnected, you're going to hit that button and you're going to come up to this screen, which gives you the option to either log in or hit register now. Since you want to connect your current account to a Supercell ID, you are going to hit register now so that you can create a new Supercell ID. So now it's going to take you here. You're just going to hit continue, and now you're going to enter the email address that you want to connect your current account to. So go ahead and pause here, enter your email twice, hit enter, and don't hit the check mark for receive updates from Supercell. It's not worth it in my opinion. But anyways, now you're just going to go into your email, and in your email address on the subject, you don't have to open the email, you're going to see a 6-digit code. You're going to enter that code in here. So nice and simply, we go into our email, we find the code, which again should be in the subject. You don't have to open the email. We enter it here and we hit submit. We hit OK. And now we're going to customize our Supercell ID. We're just going to hit continue here, and then we're going to be able to pick an avatar with a background. All the avatars are characters from various Supercell games. I always pick the same thing. I pick the black background with a barbarian because my soul is black and I'm a barbarian at heart. But anyways, now as you can see, it says connected. This means that our account is safe and we can now move on to creating a new account. So now we can also go claim the reward. Every time you connect your account to a Supercell ID, we hit the blue button on the top left corner and it takes us to our achievements. We're going to claim our reward for that achievement, which is a hefty 50 gems. Very nice. So now we're going to move on to creating a new account. So we should be at the point where you have an account, and don't worry about the fact that I have this high level account, okay? You're going to do the same thing. You have an account and it is connected to a Supercell ID. First thing you want to do is confirm it's connected. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit this button here in the bottom right, right above the shop button. That's the one that has the 3 gears on it. You're going to hit that and you're going to get here. If you are connected, in this blue button right here, it is going to say connected, okay? If you're not connected, it's going to say disconnected. So if you're disconnected, just go back and repeat the step where you connect your current account to the Supercell ID. But anyways, assuming it's connected, you're going to hit this small button to the left of that button, okay? You're going to hit that button that looks kind of like a recycling symbol, and you're going to end up here. Now, since you have one account that is connected to a Supercell ID, that is going to be here. I have a whole bunch of accounts. That's why you can see all these, and you can create as many accounts as you want. Having multiple devices to organize them is good, but, you know, focus on one account at a time. But anyways, we don't want to go to another account. We want to make a new account. Now, if you're on a tablet of some kind, this X that is in the top left of my phone will probably be on the top right of your screen. But anyways, you're going to hit that X, and you're going to end up here. Now, there are two buttons here. One is kind of difficult to see, which I think is a design flaw, but there's one that says Login with Supercell ID. That'll take you right where you were, and it's not what you want to hit. We want to make a new account. So we're going to hit play without Supercell ID, okay? So we hit that, and now we'll be starting the game from scratch, okay? Now before we go any further, the reason I had to make this updated version of the last video was because a lot of people were hitting this gear button in the top left. Do not hit that gear button in the top left until you have finished the tutorial. Okay, if you do, then my method is not going to work. You're going to get stuck and you're going to get frustrated. I don't want that for you. I want you to finish making your account just like we planned. So do not hit that button in the top left. Later, that button is going to reappear in the bottom right. That is when you are going to hit it. Only hit that button after the tutorial when I say so. We've been waiting on you. Oh, okay, so long story short, we're just going to do what she says, okay? Now, if you want to use gems to get through this part, I believe it's only 7 gems to get through here, okay? And we just want to finish this tutorial, okay? The next step is going to be to finish the tutorial here. If you try to make your Supercell ID before you finish this tutorial, it's not going to work. So just keep following her instructions until she stops telling you what to do. She just gave us 5 wizards, which is great because it only takes 2 wizards to take this out. All you have to do is drop the wizards right next to the cannon. Not far away, right next to it. And really fast, like that. Just pop up, tap twice, okay? And you'll deploy it. Now we wait, and what's going to happen is we're going to be able to keep the other 3 wizards. Wizards are a really strong troop that you don't get until Town Hall 5, I believe. I could be wrong. But now we get 3 wizards, which is fantastic. Shop. We're going to go to Builder Hut. And we're just going to follow what she says, okay? We got to finish the tutorial. So again, remember, the only thing we are doing right now is what she tells us to do, or more specifically, hitting wherever the arrows are pointing, okay? It's really as simple as wherever it points, you touch the button. Except if you want to conserve gems, when it tells you to hit a green gem button, maybe hit no if you have the time to wait, but it is only 7 gems, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But anyways, now we're going to be cooking an army. Nothing to think about here. We can only cook barbarians right now, the first troop that's available. So we're going to use the barbarians. We're going to drop 6 barbarians right on that torch there, a little bit to the right of where the arrow, of where the finger is pointing. And we're going to drop 6 very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as fast as you can. And as long as you drop it reasonably fast, you should be able to take out the archer tower. After that, there are no defenses. And for you new players, by defenses, I mean buildings that can actually shoot down your troops. There are no defenses left, which means your barbarians are free to take out the rest of the base. Now you may want to pause here, wait till your battle is done, because I'm going to fast forward through mine. Now, that was a great battle, blah blah blah, who cares? I'm going to name this account Richards. Nice and easy. One more question, how old are you? I may or may not be 30 years old, who knows? I do, I'm not a basket baby. Now it's going to want you to look here, but there's nothing to tap here, so just X out. You obviously know what you're doing, blah blah blah, they're pandering to you, it's great. Alright, so we're done with the tutorial. Now is when you're going to connect this account to a new Supercell ID. So now you see that gear button right there, okay? The way we're going to connect our account to a Supercell ID is hit the gear. Now as you can see, it says disconnected on that blue button, okay? We do not want to hit the little button next to it because that'll take us away from this account onto one of our accounts that's already established, and we may lose this account. Not that it's a big deal, it only takes a couple minutes to make, but still. We'll hit the disconnected button, and now it gives you two options. We can either log in, which we don't want to do. What we want to do is connect this to a new Supercell ID. So we're going to go to register now. Right at the bottom there, we're going to hit register now. Then we'll hit continue. And now we're going to enter the email that we should already have open. So go ahead and pause the video and unpause it once you have filled out the email 2 times here. I don't want to receive their news and updates. I'll just hit register. Now we're going to go to the computer. Now you don't have to open the email. The code you need is going to be right there in the subject. So now we're back in the game. You're just going to enter the code that was in the subject of that email right here and hit submit. Now if you have to pause, go ahead. But once you hit submit, you hit OK, and it's going to take you to your Supercell ID setup, which is super easy. You just hit OK, and then you pick the character. I like to pick the Barbarian and the black background, and that's it. Your Supercell ID is set up. Now you do have an opportunity to get 50 gems because of what you have just done. Now you can see it says connected. This means you're connected to that Supercell ID. Now you go up there, you'll see that notification. You hit that button that says claim, and you get 50 gems, which is great. And now if you want to switch back to the first account, you just hit that same switch button. Now I'm going to log out here, and I'm going to just log right back into the same account. And I'm going to show you how easy it is just to log right out and then go back to the first account that you saw earlier, Dr. Kilbrew, right back to the beginning. And as you can see, switching between accounts is very easy. So I did make this video as an updated version of a video that had some people struggling. It did help some people, but hopefully this video did a whole lot more helping than it did confusing. If it did, leave a like. If you want to see guides on attack strategy videos, how to kill certain CC troops, many Clash of Clans related guides like that, then subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can stay updated on my videos as they come out.